Have the New York Giants demoted Joe Schoen? We're going to break that down on today's show as you're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports, and I am your host, Marshall Green. About 10 days ago, we told you the New York Giants were going to hire Dawn Aponte to essentially fill the role of Kevin Abrams. They have the exact same job title, the Senior Vice President of Football Operations and Strategy. We also told you, shout out to Jordan Renan, who was first on the scoop, said it on the Giants Nation show with Bobby Skinner. Renan said that Harbaugh was looking to hire a VP of some sorts that would report to him. We hadn't seen anything that, without a doubt, said that Aponte would report to John Harbaugh until Ian O'Connor tweeted this out, saying, my interview with Giants coach John Harbaugh mentioned a couple of things, but bullet point number 3, Dawn Aponte reports to Harbaugh. John Harbaugh is the boss, and Aponte reports to him. Pat Leonard, who covers the New York Giants for the New York Daily News, quote tweeting Ian O'Connor, saying this is true, was told last week that Joe Schoen is basically relegated to handling scouting. The rest of the building reports to Dawn, and Dawn reports to John. This is continuing to go exactly as we told you it would when Harbaugh got hired. And like we said, the day that John Harbaugh got hired, the weeks leading up to John Harbaugh getting hired, if he was going to join the New York Giants, he was going to do it as the boss, and he was going to be the guy. And once the Giants hired John Harbaugh, this went from a Joe Schoen operation to a John Harbaugh operation. So what exactly does all of this mean? Pat Leonard said that Schoen has been essentially neutered to the point where he's no longer the guy that's going to oversee free agency, no longer going to be the guy that is going out and looking and making trades. His focus is going to be on the scouting department. And you know what? Outside of the 2023 NFL draft, I think Joe Schoen has actually done a decent job when it comes to selecting players. But the question now becomes for me, what does Joe Schoen's role look like after the draft? We had heard some rumors a couple of weeks ago that the New York Giants could even to a further degree relinquish some power from Joe Schoen following the NFL draft because he's been the head of the scouting department essentially up to this point. They've already scouted a bunch of players. There is a plan in place, and there's no way that John Harbaugh and Dawn Aponte can catch up to where Joe Schoen, Brandon Brown, and this scouting staff is with the NFL draft about 2 months away from this point. So will things change after the draft? Remember, there was that report on NFL Network, I think it was prior to Week 18, from Ian Rappaport, and there was a graphic on screen. Joe Schoen to remain with Giants until the draft. Now, was that a typo? What was it? I don't know. But I think there could be some more shuffling in the Giants front office when the NFL draft is over with. My next question, is Dawn Aponte the acting general manager? Is she the one that is going to lead the free agency cycle? Is she the one that's now making trades? Does she and John Harbaugh now have final say-so on this roster? We know her job title, Senior Vice President of Football Operations and Strategy. But at this point, we don't really know what that entails. Curious to see how that unfolds. I now wonder, if Joe Schoen is not the guy in charge of free agency, how much different are the contract structures going to be for the New York Giants? Because under Joe Schoen, it was low cap hit in year 1, big cap hit in year 2, and if it is a 3-year contract, another big cap hit. Go look at the Darius Slayton deal. It's like a $4 million cap hit last year. This year it is 16, and I believe next year it's around $12 million. We've also seen Joe Schoen struggle in free agency. Gave a bad contract to Daniel Jones. Blame whoever you want on that. He's the head guy in charge. He gave him $100 million. It did not work out. Whether you wanted him or didn't want him to, he let Saquon Barkley go for essentially nothing. And we've seen players that he's brought to the New York Giants not play all that well. Javon Holland didn't play well. Paulson Adebo did not play well. And the list, it goes on. And the Darius Slayton contract He can't even re-sign his own players to good contracts, let alone bring in new players to this team. So how much say-so is Aponte and Harbaugh going to have on this free agent is someone we are interested? We're going to bring that free agent in. Very interesting stuff going on inside that Giants front office. I hope it's the moves that will equal success. And at this point, I'm just going to roll with what John Harbaugh wants because he's had more success in his last 18 years than the New York Giants have had outside of 2007 and 2011. A lot of things are changing. It is a new era for the New York Football Giants, one that had to be done. I mean, we talked for the last 24 months or so about Joe Schoen being fired, him being relegated to essentially the head scout for the Giants. Pretty much the same exact thing. If you're ready for a new era of Giants football, hit that thumbs up icon. Coming up next, I want to take a look at the free agents the Giants are going to be looking at that are coming from their own team. They're unrestricted free agents. Wan'Dale Robinson, Cordell Flott, Daniel Bellinger. We're going to talk Jermaine Illuminor. I'll make my predictions on if they are staying or going. First, though, I want to tell you about our proud sponsor of today's show. That is Chubbies. Go to chubbyshorts.com/chatsports and get 20% off your purchase today. I got to be real with you. The first time I put on a pair of Chubby shorts, I was like, whoa, these are different. Instantly changed my mood. The stretch, the softness, my thighs finally are getting that fresh air and actual respect. It was a game changer. I've been living in them ever since. They make every single day feel like Friday at 5 p.m. Supportive, zero chafe. Dry in minutes, so you're cannonball to cold beer ready. The 4-way stretch is ridiculous. They handle pool apps just as easy as poolside lounging, and they fit like your favorite pair from day one. Plus, Chubbies is celebrating 15 years with the originals back. Same iconic comfort and 2.6 million happy customers. They can't be wrong. So for a limited time, Giants Now listeners get 20% off with code CHATSPORTS at chubbyshorts.com. That's 20% off with code CHATSPORTS at chubbyshorts.com. Summer will be here before you know it. Get yourself some swim trunks from Chubbies. They've got Giants ones and other cool designs. They've also got awesome Giant shirts. I'm lucky to be wearing one. Shout out to Chubbies. Go give your thighs the VIP treatment they deserve and tell Chubbies that we sent you. Giants UFA predictions. Will they stay? Will they go? Again, this is not me saying they should stay or they should go. This is me trying to put myself in the seat of that Giants front office and tell you what I think they are going to do. Let's start with Wan'Dale Robinson, the free agent that is going to command the most money. I think the Giants want to bring him back. You don't like to draft people in the second round, let them walk in free agency for nothing. I think he'll be back. At what cost, I'm not so sure, but I think the APY, the average annual salary, could be anywhere from $13 to $16 million, making him one of the highest paid slot-only wide receivers in the league. On the other side of the ball, a former third-round pick, Cordell Flott. I think the Giants are going to do whatever it takes to try to bring him back. Still a really young player in this league, but I just see a team out there looking at a 24-year-old corner that hasn't reached his ceiling and throwing him big-time money. Again, I'd like to have him back, but I don't think both these gentlemen will be wearing big blue next year. I do think Jermaine Illuminor will be back. I think he wants to be here, and the Giants realize how important that right tackle position is with a young quarterback like Jackson Dart back there. The last thing you want to do is mess with a young quarterback's protection. If you're not going to bring back Jermaine Illuminor, you need to make an even bigger investment at that right tackle spot. Dane Belton, I don't think he's going to be back. He just joined a new agency, leaving his old agent. He's going to try to cash in. I'm not really sure what the market is going to be out there for him, but maybe a new opportunity to get more playing time could be something he is chasing, and I think that might be out there for one of the other 31 teams. Greg Van Roten, the veteran interior offensive lineman, I think he's going to be back with the Giants. Essentially came out of retirement to join the Giants. He's from the area. He was a captain inside that locker room. I think he'll be back if he still wants to play football. Russell Wilson, he's not going to be back. He is good as gone, and I don't think the New York Giants should be interested in bringing him back. Appreciate everything you did. I think that you brought some good juice to the Giants in the offseason, but the end of the road is here. Raheem Nunez-Roches, the defensive tackle, I don't think he is going to be back with the Giants. I think they'll just try to find another veteran DT there. Evan Neal, man, If you would have told me on the night the Giants picked Evan Neal, fast forward 4 years and 9 months, he was going to be off this team, I would have said you're crazy. But I don't see him with a future on the New York Giants roster. Daniel Bellinger, I want him to be back. I think you could have made the argument that Daniel Bellinger at times was the best Giants tight end last year. I think he was the most complete. But I think that he knows that. His agent knows that. And I think there's teams around the NFL that could look at him as a tight end 1B to a tight end 1A on their roster. I hope he's back, but I don't think he will be. I think Micah McFadden will be back. And I think it'll be on a maybe 1 year, 2 year low-cost contract. Coming off that injury last year, I think the Giants are going to cut Bobby Okereke, leaving them razor thin at the inside linebacker spot. Won't be shocked if he's gone, but I do think they try to bring him back. The backup center, Austin Schlottman, I thought played some damn good football in the place of John Michael Schmitz last year when he had to miss a couple of games due to injury. A cheap backup center that's proven his worth on this team, has chemistry with Van Roten as well as John Runyon. I think he'll be back. Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles, I thought for a second that he could be back. Won't be shocked if he is. Has that capability and really a lot of experience in the special teams department. You know John Harbaugh is going to take that seriously. Think he could be back, but if I had to guess, I would say gone. Joshua Ozudu, a top 75 pick for the Giants. He is not going to be back. I think he is gone, and what a disappointment that selection has been. I also think the veteran interior offense lineman depth piece, Aaron Stinney, is going to be gone. Maybe he's back, but I think the Giants look to rework the back end of the offensive line depth chart. Isaiah Hodgins, I want him to be back. He should probably want to be back. The only real success he's had in the NFL is with the New York Giants. I would love to have him on a 2-year, $5 million deal, $2.5 million each year, but I don't know if this new brain trust of the Giants will want to bring him back. Chris Manhertz, why not bring him back? Veteran tight end, has some juice in the run-blocking game. He's been a captain, essentially, without having the C on his chest. I think that he could be back. DJ Davidson, I think, will be gone. For a 7th-round pick, I don't think it was the worst pick in the world. Gave you some serviceable snaps as well, but I think he is going to be gone, as I do with Victor Dimukeje. I thought there was going to be a potential buy low, high reward for him with the Giants, but the injuries caught up to him, and he was never able to have any footing. The Casey Kreider, I think he's actually going to be back. I don't know if I put gone or whatever, but I think he will be back. The long snapper for the New York Giants, I do think that he will be back with this football team, unless they want to go a completely different direction at the long snapper spot. But I do think that he will be back. So a lot of players going, new brain trust coming in. We'll see what this roster ends up looking like. We're about 20 days away from NFL free agency being here. Make sure you're subscribed, because every single time the Giants make a signing, we are going to make a video. And the first spot you'll hear about it is on my social media. You can give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_.